Christmas, 1 week away. What we're doing today is I'm going to be making a little holiday treat that's very keto friendly, and it is going to be coconut macaroons. When I was a kid, I used to love these things, and couldn't eat too. My mother said, couldn't eat too many, get a bellyache. Well, now I'm an old guy, and I can't eat because there's too much sugar. So what we're doing today is we're going to make it with some organic shredded coconut. Okay, no sugar added. Also, I'm going to be, which I've never done before, I'm playing some monk fruit. Now, it calls for a half a cup of sweetener. To me, that's a lot of sweetener. I'm trying to keep this as keto friendly and keep my blood sugars, within range. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut that in half. It's 8 tablespoons per half a cup. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put 4 in and see how that works. Okay, first up, what we're going to do is we're going to make a condensed milk. This has all the sweeteners and stuff in here. We're going to first start off with 2 tablespoons of butter. Okay, to that, I'm also going to be adding heavy whipping cream, 1 cup. And 1/4. I'm going to eyeball this. Let me rinse this cup out. Now, I'm a little edgy with the monk fruit that's going in. So I did my calculating. Actually, make a lot of noise here. Actually, Google did the calculating for me. So I'm going to add 1/4 cup, okay, which is 4 tablespoons of monk fruit. Put that in there. Boy, I could smell how sugary that smells. And also, I'm going to be, to this mix, I'm going to be adding a teaspoon of vanilla. Okay, put all this stuff in the pot here. I wish my magic dishwasher would appear. And I'm going to put this on a low flame. Okay, low flame in my little pot here. I'm going to be stirring this up. I'm going to let this simmer for a little bit. And this is I'm going to let this cook down a little bit now. I'm not sure how this monk fruit's going to react to it, but it should get a little brown color to it and like a syrupy type of texture. I'll show you when it's done. Okay, this is the filling. Well, actually not a filling. This is the condensed milk that I'm making, that this recipe calls for. It's the first time ever doing this, and we're going to see how it comes out. Seems pretty interesting, but we're going to see. Okay, it looks thick enough. I think I'm going to shut it off and let it cool. Into a mixing bowl, I have 3 cups of shredded organic coconut, unsweetened. Okay, 1 teaspoon. Add it in. Vanilla. And I will be mixing that up. Okay, one of my little pet peeves that I have is I watch these different videos, and I'm still learning how to do this keto stuff. But one of my pet peeves is that people put these videos up and they mix ingredients in these tiny little bowls. And they're suffering, not to spill anything. They're mixing around here. Get yourself a mixing bowl, will you? You know what I mean? Mix this stuff up the right way. Don't leave nothing in there, because the recipe calls for 3 cups of one ingredient, another cup of something else, whatever. And you got to be able to mix it together. That's what it calls for. So that's just a little pet peeve. Use a bigger bowl. Now into the mixing bowl, I'm going to be adding 2/3 of a cup of our homemade condensed milk. That's 1, 2. Now the rest of it, you can keep that up for many weeks. And also to the bowl, I'm going to be adding 1 beaten egg white. Well, actually not beaten, it's just 1 egg white. I'm going to beat the hell out of it now. Into the bowl she goes. Now I'm going to mix this vigorously. This is why I say use a bigger bowl now. It's because you really got to work this in together. It's really got to be worked over to get into a consistency to where we can mold it. Okay, into a little bowl I have 1/3 of a cup of Lily's chocolate chips. Now these are very keto friendly, dark chocolate. On the package itself it says it has 8 grams of total carbohydrates with 5 grams of dietary fiber. You minus that from there, so it's actually 3 grams of carbohydrates. All right, and that's per serving. Now I believe there's 60 to a serving. I'll count these up for you and see what we got. Yeah, hello. Okay, there's the mix, and we decided to add a little chocolate chips to it. Who knows? Let's see what happens. This is the first time doing this, so now. Okay, there they are, all formed. I gotta confess, the bride put them together. And over here is another full tray. Now we put some added chocolate chips to it, just to see what happens with it. Like I said, this is the first time doing this, so. Okay, macaroons are in the oven, and I have on the stove, I have in a double boiler, I have the chocolate chips. We're melting. Just one more time for you now. To make the condensed milk, it is 1/2 cup of sweetener. Now, to me, that's a little bit too much, so I used a 1/4 cup. 1.25 cups of heavy whipping cream. Okay, 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract, 2 tablespoons of butter. Put that on the stove. Mix it. Keep steady mixing it so it doesn't scorch. That came out really, really good. There again, a little sweet for me, but it really came out good. And you can store that up for a long time if you have a lot left over. Some people like to put that in their coffee in the morning, and you can use it for other applications. And now I preheated the oven to 325 degrees. It's going to cook probably for 15 minutes, maybe more, maybe less. Into a mixing bowl. A large mixing bowl. Don't use them small bowls because you just kind of torture your life with it. And because when you get done with it, you can use everything that's in that bowl instead of using that little mixing bowl. It just drives me nuts when I see that. Into the large mixing bowl is 3 cups of coconut. Now I bought the bag of it at a specialty store. It was fairly cheap, and I used the whole bag, so that was actually 3 cups, maybe a little bit more in there. So mixing it together, I took 2/3 of a cup of the condensed milk, added that in there. 1 egg white. You don't have to beat it up or fluff it or anything, just 1. And a teaspoon of vanilla extract. I also put in the condensed milk, I also put in a pinch of salt. I use Himalayan salt, and also a pinch into the mixture of the coconut. So we're going to test it and see how it comes out. Like I said, Christmas is 1 week away, and this is going to be a little treats for us. So I don't know if they're going to make it. I don't know if they're going to make it to Christmas. So we'll see what happens. Macaroons in the oven. They're going. I also have the chocolate for the bottom that we're going to try to dip it in. There we go. Now I can get into it a little bit more. Here's the chocolate. And I don't know if you can see it or not, but there are the macaroons in there. I'm going to open the the oven. It's starting to brown up a little bit and they're looking good. I just hope they all stay together. Chocolate macaroons seem to be all right. I have to let them cool now. We tasted one. It sort of fell apart, but I think they got to cool a little bit more. And hey, keto friendly. That's what I'm looking for. The chocolate seized, but you know what? They're not going to go on Macaroon Life magazine. Nice cup of coffee, some macaroons. They come out pretty good. Good recipe. Here we go. And as you can see my cup, I'm not grumpy today. I got me some macaroons. Have a great day.